Jared Goff, I know it's ugly to see his name here, but he's been, a top 10 quarterback the last 2-3 years ever since he's been with the Lions. So I think he deserves a spot on this. I think obviously Baker should be a lot higher. I think Justin Herbert should be out. So if I had to do this, it'd probably be Mahomes, Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar. I'm going to keep Jaden Daniels there. After what based off what we saw last year, what he did for that team, I have to keep him at 5 because nobody in the world thought the Commanders were going to make it to the NFC Chip. So
that's fine.
I'll throw him at 5 there. That's where I put Hurts at 6. And I think that's more than fair.
I think that's not
more than fair.
I think Hurts is a Super Bowl winning quarterback that led his team to the championship and should be number 5. How we doing, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the B Team. We got Mike over there. We got Muller over here. ESPYs were last night. Shane Gillis, you're the man. You're the man. That was fucking hilarious. Those people do not know comedy. They don't know how to have a good time. Everyone out there in Hollywood, all these athletes, they have too much seriousness in their life. They got to loosen up. Like, they don't know what they are supposed to do unless they're at like a Diddy party or something.
It's like
we
they
can say that now because he got acquitted.
Yes,
but like, they don't know how to have a good time unless they're there. Clearly, who knows what happens there? But you forced Shane Gillis into not only. You forced them to make an Epstein joke. That's on you.
It's like they're trying to protect their brand and stuff. They don't want to be like the one laughing at a bad joke that looks bad on them. Like, dude, like,
no,
it's serious. Shane Gillis, he's a comedian. He's going to say jokes that you're probably going to get caught off guard by it. Like, welcome to comedy. That's what it is.
Yes, and one of that went way under the radar was a Simone Biles one where he essentially called her a leprechaun and that she sits at the end of a rainbow with her gold medals. Like that one had me rolling. The Dallas Cowboys one was hilarious. When he was like, the Dallas Cowboys are up for best team of the year. No, they're not. Go Birds.
I don't know.
That was funny. That was a good one.
The one that had me was, Caitlin Clark and I are from the Midwest, and we both love smashing threes or whatever.
Yeah,
threes.
that was a good one.
I was like, yo.
The Bill Belichick one was good. Talking about his girlfriend. If we all had won 6 Super Bowls, we might not have a dog wife. Ugly dog wife.
Yeah, that too. Yo, hold on a minute. I'm changing the subject. Pulisic won like Player of the Year or some shit.
Don't know how. Like, this is severe. I don't know what.
Like, what was the range of sports?
There was 3 Spanish players up for it, and then Pulisic. I don't get it.
Soccer player of the year.
But the thing is, it's the ESPYs. Like,
soccer player of the year.
Americans are the only ones voting on it. Right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So Pulisic is just always going to win it unless there's another man. Yeah. Fuck the ESPYs.
Yeah.
Shane Gillis was the man. He was awesome.
He stole the show.
Yeah. But speaking of sports, because we are a sports podcast.
We are. And yes, we are.
We have a full-blown risk-off in New England going on right now between Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick. I don't understand why these guys can't just say, we had a great 24 years together. We dominated. We had throw Tom Brady into the mix. Like, it's constantly like Robert Kraft versus Bill Belichick versus Tom Brady. Who really was the reason? Why can't we all just say that you guys had great teams, you came together, and you were fantastic? Like, Robert Kraft came out earlier this week and was saying he took a huge risk on signing Bill Belichick, bringing him in. He was an unproven head coach, bringing him in New England. And I kind of agree with him because he had to give up a number 1 pick to get him out of the Jets, I believe. And then Bill Belichick comes out here yesterday, I think, and was like, no, it was me that took the big risk because I had a job with the Jets, and then I had to go to New England where a lot of people warned me there was internal struggles there. And funny enough, he did say he left the Jets because it was an unstable front office. Who would have fucking seen that one coming? But it's just, I think it's hilarious. We just have a full-blown risk-off.
Yeah, but like I agree with you though. It's like, you've had literally so much success like within your 2 decades of being a GM and head coach. Now it's going to be, like just everyone's going to look back on it as what it should be, and that's the best franchise that has existed in NFL for years. Yeah. Like, why can't we just look back on it and be like, oh, like this is why we were so good. This is how we ran things so well. This is why it worked. It shouldn't be, bickering back and forth. Like, I get it. We have like, the Brady and the Belichick arguments. Like, oh, like if it wasn't for Brady, like Belichick would be this. If it was for Belichick, Brady would be this. Like, dude, like it doesn't matter. Like when they were there, they were so dominant. Yeah. They swept the Jets almost every single year. Miami might have taken one every single year. The Bills started getting swept. Like, they were just that good. Like, besides all of the other, off the field issues that happened between, Bill Belichick, not even that much. I mean, besides the girl he was dating or whatever.
Yeah, but
Robert
Kraft. That's what I was gonna say
Robert
though.
Tugg.
Like you could say Bill Belichick's come out the best. Robert Kraft, he got in trouble with the rub and tug. Tom Brady, kind of lost a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
but he's also come back in,
Yeah.
won a lot of stuff. Bill Belichick kind of the same way. I would say Robert Kraft is the bottom of the totem pole in this whole
100%.
thing.
100%. After all the allegations that has happened and whatnot, I mean, he's the one that shouldn't be saying anything. Bill Belichick, let's be real here. Watching the Patriots for so many years, it was Bill Belichick and Brady. That was it.
Yeah.
Robert Kraft just kind of let them just do whatever they had to do. Like, Bill Belichick made those teams elite based off his philosophies, based off his schemes. Like, that's why we call him one of the best of all time. I mean, it's literally him, Andy Reid. Like, those are the only two coaches, in my opinion, that have the right to be called, the GOAT of coaching NFL.
And
then
Schottenheimer.
Huh?
And Schottenheimer.
Yeah, sure. Brian Schottenheimer. He's totem pole. He's working his way up. It's a hierarchy. He's almost there. But even Brady, man, like, I've watched him torture my life, like torture my team for 20 years. Like, yeah, that's why he is the GOAT. You call him a GOAT for a reason. When you see a guy like that, just dominating the AFC East, dominating the playoffs, dominating in the Super Bowl. But yeah, it's funny to see how Tom Brady has been since retired. Like, apparently there was like a Sofia Vergara, like, he's hooking up with Sofia Vergara now. Like, damn, Tom.
I'm sure that
Okay,
he's been
Tom.
around the block. I'm sure
He
Tom
has to
Brady's
be.
just been going around the block.
Well, it's like the Derek Jeter Hall of Fame of women he's dated. Like, Tom Brady's kind of on that same path now.
See, but now I'm kind of worried for Tom Brady because Derek Jeter was out in the open with all those ones. And let me tell you, winners. He was collecting W's out there.
There were a lot
Tom
of
Brady is not releasing anything, which makes me feel like he's either collecting draws or ties. He's a soccer guy. So I'm not sure if he's collecting all W's or if he's just out here doing like this whole Tinder thing.
Yeah, it's funny because like, yeah, like there's so many rumors like, oh, like Sidney Sweetie and Tom Brady locked eyes at a party.
They looked at each other.
They looked at each other and apparently they're dating now. But it's funny because he's like part owner of the Raiders and like actually makes like the business decisions for the team.
Yeah,
which like no one knows. Like,
he had a big role in the draft supposedly.
Yeah, Sam Darnold. They were out for Sam Darnold. He said no. That hurts.
That's fair. He did have a front row seat to see Sam Darnold a few times.
Yeah, he's been there, has done that,
Yeah.
so that makes sense. But yeah, he's making the decisions for the Raiders, and no one really knows about it. It's like, oh, they have a GM over there, but no, Tom Brady is working with this organization and is pretty much living the life right now.
Yeah,
I feel like he's
at
doing
Wimbledon.
like he looks weird. I don't know if you've like seen recent photos of him, but it looks like he's doing something to his face. If it's
he's doing
Botox or something. I don't know.
He's doing the whole Kardashian thing.
Yeah, he kind of looks like
he got a facelift.
yeah, it's weird.
Yeah,
plastic surgery type of shit. It looks weird.
He's fully embracing this whole Hollywood diva thing.
He is.
I don't know what to make of it. He is long gone from the depths of New England.
I mean, gone and never forgotten. That's for sure.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to something that's a little nicer for you out of the AFC East. The Jets get Sauce and Garrett Wilson locked down in the same week over the same span of days. 4 years, $120 million for Sauce. 4 years, $130 million for Wilson. I mean, that is what you want to see if you're a Jets fan. That's what you needed to see. You brought it up over the winter a couple of times that we had to get these guys locked in.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Fields in there. You got the coach in there. You guys are nailing it so far. Everything that you guys have wanted to do has gotten done. I don't know if that's an Aaron Glenn thing now that he's in there, but it's all looking up, and that's positive because you don't have the easiest of starts to the season.
Mm-hmm.
Your first 5 games are the Steelers, Bills, Bucks, Dolphins, Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the positivity train just has to keep going. We talked about that in May. We got to stay on this positivity train. We can't let it turn off and, become negative.
Mm-hmm.
The Jets might be back.
You know what? I got to give credit to Darren Muji and Glenn. I mean, they came in, it was kind of a bolstered roster after the whole shit show that we had to witness with, Saleh and Aaron Rodgers and Daniel Hackett. Like, there was just so much they had to clean up. And, Darren Muji came in and had a decent draft, not the flashiest draft, but, took Armin Membu, took Mason Taylor, took Azariah Thomas. They took the guy from Georgia, Arian Smith. Like, they made a lot of decent moves, a lot of re-signs. Like, Jamin Sherwood's another guy that no one's going to talk about. One of the guys that, linebacker, learned behind Mosley. I think had probably the most tackles in the league. He was close. I think he was top 5 or something. But they made moves. Again, it's hard as a player to, look at Jamal Adams. He's there for 3 years, going on 4 years. I want out. I don't want to be here. This is a shit show. They don't know what they're doing. Then you have guys like Garrett Wilson to come in. I want to be a Jet for life. I want to change this organization around. Sauce Gardner, I want to be a Jet for life. I want to change this organization around. Mm-hmm. And they're getting it done, And those are 2 pretty good contracts, especially because they're going to they still have, pretty much 6 years control of both of those players. They're going to be there until pretty much their whole prime. Until 2030, they're going to be, 29, 30 years old. I love that they lock those guys up. And, it's going to come with a price. Like every signing has a consequence. Like, where is Breece Hall going to go? Is he going to get a bag somehow? I don't think it's going to happen. But how long have I said this now? The 2 guys that you need to sign are Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner. And I don't think these guys get appreciated enough. Sauce gets too much hate because, he's a PI merchant. Dude, last year on a down year, I think he allowed 1 touchdown, and it was thrown to 47 times. Yeah. Yes, he doesn't have the interceptions that it shows, but guess what? Nobody is really throwing to him. He doesn't have to have interceptions if he's, just pass deflecting every ball that comes his way. Sauce Gardner isn't I wouldn't put him as my top cornerback in the league. I think Pat Surtain is clearly a number 1 cornerback, but I put him at a hard number 2. I put Stingley at number 3. Those guys, it doesn't matter. Like, we can do, stupid comparisons like that. That dude makes a difference on the field. And the way he was used last year was, we're just going to have Sauce in zone coverage, That man should be on an island. That man should be on an island like Surtain. 110%.
I mean, he's getting the Trayvon Diggs treatment. He has multiple great years, and then all of a sudden guys stop throwing him, and everyone's like, he's not that good because his stats aren't there. He's not getting the same amount of interceptions. You can't have 20 interception seasons if you're only getting thrown to 10 times.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, people don't look at tips. They don't look at tips. But if you look at the other side of the field, who's on the other side of the field? Nobody knows, but we do know that they're getting smoked. Mm-hmm. Very few teams have 2 elite corners. Very few teams. The Eagles are blessed with it because they drafted 2 guys that are fucking unreal.
Yep.
But, there's not many teams that have 2. Dallas, I'm hoping Trayvon Diggs can come back and give us a second one, but I'm not too sure. The Jets are kind of in that situation where everything's getting compared to Sauce, and when Sauce has what looks like a bad game, he's got PIs, well, let's really look at the bigger picture here. Is Sauce the main culprit of that? Mm-hmm. No. Sauce Gardner is elite.
Yeah.
He's elite. He's a top 3 corner in the league.
He is. And it's cornerback is one of the hardest positions in the entirety of sports. Let's be real. Cornerback is one of the toughest. And, the one thing I do look at him as a flaw is, yes, he could be handsy, but, you're kind of taught some of these things, too. When you have your hand on the hip and whatnot, he can grab a little bit, I'm going to say he's going to get away with everything, but there are some questionable calls of him, grabbing onto someone and, committing a foul or committing a penalty. But he's still a top guy. His rookie year, his second year, just his speed, his swagger, his hands. Yes, he, again, doesn't get a lot of picks, but, he does the job. When you have him on wide receiver 1, it's going to be a tough day for them. It really is. But let's go to Garrett Wilson now. Garrett Wilson is just so underappreciated. And, it's going to be – people are going to look at it as, he's not that good because, he's not that consistent or whatever. But how about let's look back on the quarterbacks that were throwing to him, okay? Okay, let's start off with Zach Wilson. That's number 1. Mike White was number 2. Joe Flacco, number 3. Chris Strevler, number 4. Tim Boyle, number 5. Tyrod Taylor, number 6. The ghost of Aaron Rodgers, number 7. Shout out to Connor Hughes. That's my source. And hold on a minute. He's 1 of 8 to hit in his first 3 years, hit 1,000 yards in his first 3 seasons. 1 of 9 to have 1,000 yards for 3 seasons total. Yeah. He is since entering the league, he is 10th most receiving in yards. Like, this guy is a freak. Like, the only time we really, I guess, the world or the country got to see him in action was primetime against Houston last year, where he had that Michael Jordan one-handed grab. Like,
unreal.
When he is a wide receiver one on a lot of teams. I'm taking him over a bunch of receivers on a lot of teams. Like, he is that good. He is so elusive. His hands are great. He's a great route runner. He is someone that I was scared that the Jets, would fumble this somehow, but they didn't. They actually did not fumble him. They did not fumble Sauce. They made the moves that had to be made. You build around guys like that. Those are, again, it's not like, they're a left guard or they're like a middle linebacker or a safety. Like, these are premium positions, man. Like, CD is the Cowboys. You got to lock him up. He makes that much of a difference. Mm-hmm. That's Garrett Wilson. Trayvon Diggs. You have to, because he's a very good cornerback, and that's who you need. Same with Sauce. Like, running back, again, look at what the Cowboys are doing. They brought in Miles. They brought in Javonte, Jaden Blue. Like, the Jets don't have to go that route because they got a young, 21-year-old Braylon Allen behind him, Isaiah Davis. Like, they don't have to take him or bring him back. I would love to, but I just don't see it happening. But again, like, Garrett Wilson is so under the radar, and he is so good. And when you actually give him a quarterback, I'm so excited to see this duo between Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson because, number one, they played in college together. That's huge, big chemistry builder right there. And it's Garrett Wilson. Like, I'll never forget this. His breakout game was his rookie year. He was number 17 at the time. Excuse me. Joe Flacco against the Browns. Jets-Browns. Yeah, not the best matchup ever. Dude went crazy. It was his second game of his career. 8 receptions, 102 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was insane. Watching that as a Jets fan, I'm like, oh no, this dude's legit. Like, this dude's going to be something. He just, we haven't really seen it because he's had 7 bum quarterbacks throwing to him. 7 bums trying to get him the ball. Yet he still finishes with 1,000 yards. I'm trying to put him on the map, let people know. Because they're going to talk shit on him. They're going to talk shit on him. They're going to be like, oh, Garrett Wilson, he's okay, blah, blah, blah. Like, bro, he's probably better than most of your receivers for any team. Mm-hmm. Any team. Like, I could throw the Eagles in here and start a conversation right now.
You don't have to convince me. You know where I stand on this.
Like, okay, I would take CD over Garrett Wilson, definitely.
I'm taking – there's only 3 wide receivers I'm taking over Garrett Wilson
JJ,
now.
Jamar, CD.
Garrett Wilson.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Can I ask you a question? You want to start a stir right now? You want to start a stir?
You put him on a team, like, I'm going to do it. You put him on a team like the Birds, even though they're,
Let's start a stir, Mike. Let's start a stir.
They're a run-heavy team, bro. I'm taking him over A.J. Brown in a heartbeat.
Do the Eagles have a top 8 wide receiver on their team in the league?
Yeah.
Do they?
I think
name
they do.
Name 8 right now. So we have those 5.
JJ, Jamar, Amon-Ra, CD Lamb, Garrett Wilson. I mean, he doesn't have to be 5, but I think he's top 5.
He's 5.
I wouldn't put Malik in there yet. I wouldn't put Brian Thomas Jr. in there yet.
Definitely not Brian Thomas Jr.
No, not yet, but he did have a very good rookie season. Off the top of my head.
I'm sorry, but Tyreek Hill has to be in there still. He's so fast.
Yeah, but he's been, he's kind of hitting that slope right now,
I got you. But think about what you just said about Garrett Wilson. Think about what's been going on.
Puka's another guy. Puka Nacua, maybe. I would put
AJ Brown.
I already put Amon-Ra in there.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
So that's about 6. I think AJ Brown is in the top 8, no doubt.
Top 8?
Yes.
But not top 5.
I mean, it's tough because you could look at numbers.
I don't think he's top 5.
I don't either, and I think he gets a little bit blown out of proportion. Like, I give him top 7. Like, I think it's fair.
And that's the closest the Eagles get to a top 10 wide receiver on their team.
Yeah, and again, it's an offense that doesn't really rely heavy on the pass game, but like when he does get the ball thrown at him, he does make magic happen. And
Nico Collins
is another guy. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, JSN, I don't know, but regardless,
DK,
no. I don't think DK's up there.
I just need to do a little jab at the Steelers. Steelers think they have this thing under control. You guys are far from under control. Your own fans are burning Aaron Rodgers. You're buying Aaron Rodgers jerseys, putting money in his pocket, and then burning them.
Like, follow, subscribe. Like, follow, subscribe. Like, follow, subscribe. Back to the show.
TJ Watt, is he going to get shopped? He might get. I think he might get shopped. I think they're going to start taking phone calls from him. He's 30 years old. You know, they just have to give Aaron Rodgers a decent contract. I mean, it's not that much.
Injured every year.
Injured every year. I mean,
One of those Super
he makes
Bowl-
a difference when healthy. Like, do you take calls from him? You know, try to get as much value as you can.
See, I think that you hold on to him because your team isn't bad. Like, you're not a bad team, but you're not good. Like, this whole notion that, like, you guys are going to be contending for playoff wins is a absolute terrible take to have. You guys are going to be fighting for maybe a division, maybe get second place, backdoor sneak in, lose first round. I've said that from day one. And I think you hold on to him. And when hope is absolutely gone, you shop him to one of these Super Bowl contending teams. Someone's going to take him, and someone's going to pay a premium for him because there's injuries across the league. One of these teams is going to need a guy like him come week 10, right? There's going to be injuries. Guys are going to get banged up. Someone's going to need him. Just go get a fucking Watt brother on your team. All of a sudden, it boosts morale just having a Watt on the team in general. If you get him on your team and he's marginally healthy and can give you a couple good plays a game, dude, that is the type of guy who could be Super Bowl MVP just because of 3 plays in the Super Bowl and you end up winning.
Mike Evans, top 8, by the way. Forgot about him.
Yep, Mike Evans. Good shot.
I gotta want, you know,
we're slowly we are pushing AJ Brown out.
Yes. This is my thing though with the Steelers. Like, why would you bring in Aaron Rodgers if you're not going to bring everybody that's been on the team back? Well, why would you not try to be the best version of the Steelers as you possibly can be when you bring in, you know, a 41-year-old guy who pretty much is his last season, is going to give it his all in his last season. And, you know, you could potentially maybe try to win a Super Bowl, which sounds crazy, which I think it does. But it's not like, you know, you're starting out with a Mason Rudolph and you're screwed for the year and you're just trying to get wins. Like, you brought Aaron Rodgers in for a reason. You brought DK Metcalf in for a reason. You obviously had a decent draft getting Derek Harmon, Roman Wilson coming back, Calvin Austin, Caleb Johnson, you're drafting him. So, like, why wouldn't you? I mean, yes, there's some fighting going back and forth for negotiations and whatnot, but you're the Steelers, you know. You're like the Yanks. You know, there's never rebuilding. It's not rebuilding. It's retooling. And for retooling, you're gonna let a guy like T.J. Watt walk. I know he might be valuable, and if there's an offer you can't refuse on the table, damn, okay, you take it. But I think you got to pay him. You have to. I mean, he's been a Steeler his whole career, and now again, this is probably their final opportunity for some time until they find a quarterback to actually go out and win.
I have a suggestion for the Steelers because yesterday I had to count over like what felt like 2,000 washers by hand. Little things, terrible. I'm gonna have arthritis for the rest of my life because of it. Eventually, you know, the old technology and tools just don't do the job. So retooling with this old technology consistently year after year after year after year, eventually it just doesn't do the job. The game changes. You got to go get yourself something from Home Depot and just fucking level up. You got to go spend the money. You got to get into the game. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden your life is just, it's sunshine, roses, the wind's blowing, beautiful day on the golf course. You're going to have a better time. I promise you, Steelers, you'll have a better time. If you just go get a nice Craftsman's tool set, all of a sudden, dude, you're back. You're back. But this whole thing where we're just going to keep retooling and we're bringing in fucking Aaron Rodgers, who can barely walk. He looks terrible. Looks terrible. He looks like he hasn't slept in days. Not good. Mm-hmm. Not a good look. Not a good look. I mean, we're talking about a guy who was contemplating, you know, not coming back to football. He wasn't taking the vaccine because to quote Shane Gillis, because he thought it was going to be bad for him, and then just went and joined the Jets. I mean, joining the Jets was worse than just taking a fucking vaccine. Hate to break it to you, Aaron Rodgers, but like, dude, you hired someone who is an insane person to be your quarterback. You can't have that. You can't have that. The Steelers might win 3 games this year. I've reversed. I thought the Steelers were going to win like 10 games. They might not win more than 3. Hammer the under.
Speaking of quarterbacks,
do you want to get into that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into that list. Let's get into that list before we get out of here. Mm-hmm. All right, so according to NFL execs, coaches, and scouts, here is their top 10 quarterbacks for 2025. At number 10, they had Baker Mayfield, huge for the program. Big Baker fans. And then Jalen Hurts at 9, Jared Goff, Justin Herbert at 7, Matthew Stafford, Jane Daniels at 5, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow at 3. And then at the top 2, you had the reigning MVP, who was voted the best player, most valuable player in the NFL at the quarterback position for the year of 2025. At number 2, Josh Allen, and then Patrick Mahomes at number 1. So it does make me laugh a little bit because of what I just said. Like, you would think Josh Allen would be number one for that year, but he's not. Patrick Mahomes is there. I have no issues with that because Patrick Mahomes objectively is the best quarterback that we have in the NFL right now.
Correct.
Don't we give my thoughts first?
Yeah.
Okay. NFL execs, coaches, and scouts. Like, I get it. This was for 2025. And, you know, certain guys on this list, yes, they had good years last year. But to have them above guys like Baker and the Super Bowl winning quarterback Jalen Hurts is such a slap in the face to those guys. You know, Justin Herbert, what did he do last year? Like, yes, he had a good year. The Chargers were a good team. They were in a bunch of games. But like, Jalen Hurts is at 9. Baker Mayfield, who was literally pushing for an MVP halfway through the year, at 10. Behind Justin Herbert and Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford had a hurt shoulder half the year, and there was talk about him not being the quarterback of the Rams going into this season. How is he at 6 above these two? And then you got Jaden Daniels there. Jaden Daniels, listen, you know I'm a hater of Washington. Jaden Daniels is a great quarterback. Wish I could have him in my team. I do have him on my sleeper team. But like, Jaden Daniels above Jalen Hurts, that's ridiculous.
So if you had to choose,
so stupid. And Eagles fans are going to think that I was going to go the other way. No, Eagles fans. I've said from day one I'm a Jalen Hurts guy. Jalen Hurts should be number 5. He won the Super Bowl last year. Like, if we're going to talk about best quarterbacks for 2025, I'm cool with having Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Lamar Jackson in that top 4 in whatever order you want, because those 4 have dominated the AFC since they entered the league, and it's been incredible to watch. I do think Lamar should be higher. I just think he's fucking hard to defend.
He's at number 4?
He's at number 4. I think if we're putting Josh Allen at 2, I think Lamar Jackson should be at 2. Like, if we're just not going to have the MVP at 1, let's at least be objective here. Lamar Jackson is tougher to defend than Josh Allen most times with his team. I would still take Josh Allen over him.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts at 5, though. Baker Mayfield should be at 6.
I think. Can you swap that over for me?
Ahead.
Yeah. So.
Also, if you scroll through the comments on that thing, the amount of Dolphins fans in there that are saying Tua belongs on this list,
so
brother, Tua doesn't even have half his brain left.
Yeah, Tua
Come on.
should not be there. Again, like, this is a conversation where it's all just going to be surrounded around Jalen Hurts. This is the only reason why this exists. We've been through this. Well, okay, if I had to fix this up, because I actually do like the top 10, the only one I wouldn't throw in is Herb. I think I would have Herbert out. I like Stafford in there. I'd probably move him to 7. I do like Goff in there. I would either probably just put, Jalen Hurts at 6, maybe.
I think
5 or 6.
I think Goff is put in the perfect spot on that list, because when you talk about quarterback play,
yes.
I think he's someone that's it's similar to Jalen Hurts, where it's a lot is carried by his team and he game manages. I just think Jalen Hurts does the extra yard, and when he does use his legs, he's very dangerous, like he was against who was it in the playoffs? Washington.
I do think Jared Goff definitely slings it a little bit more and definitely has a better arm than him. I think Jared Goff, like, it's not just a run-heavy team. It's very, very unique. I think when you have guys like Jameson Williams and Amon-Ra, is a top guy for a reason. He's finishing with a lot of points or a lot of receptions, yardage, because of Jared Goff. Like,
how much of that is Jared Goff throwing him open, and how much of that is, Jared Goff has an elite wide receiver core?
I mean, he's got. I wouldn't even consider it elite. I mean, is Jameson Williams an elite guy? No, I think he's middle of the pack, nice, good route runner. He does have Laporta, so I'll throw that in there as well.
And then you got
it's very similar to the Eagles.
Sonic and Hedgehog.
That's the thing though. Like, when you have guys like that, he's smart. I think he does throw people open. I think he knows how to depict the zone, and he fucking hits his target. I think he's accurate. Like, Jared Goff. I know it's ugly to see his name here, But he's been, a top 10 quarterback the last 2-3 years ever since he's been with the Lions. So I think he deserves a spot on this. I think obviously Baker should be a lot higher. I think Justin Herbert should be out. So if I had to do this, it'd probably be Mahomes, Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar. I'm going to keep Jaden Daniels there. After what we just based off what we saw last year, what he did for that team, I have to keep him at 5 because nobody in the world thought the Commanders were going to make it to the NFC Chip. So
that's fine.
I'll throw him at 5 there. That's where I put Hurts at 6. And I think that's more than fair.
I think that's not
more than fair.
I think Hurts is a Super Bowl winning quarterback that led his team to the championship and should be number 5.
I disagree. I think at 6. But again, look,
all right,
if you see it at 5, it's fine.
Nothing against you.
But what's wrong with 5 and 6, though?
Nothing against you. But when this clip comes out, if Eagles fans come at me, I am going to raise hell because this is bullshit.
I'm just so tired of talking about this because, everyone talks about him like he's the best quarterback in the league. He's not. If he's 5 or 6, that's chill. It's fine.
No, I know, but he's definitely better than Jaden Daniels.
I mean, as an actual thrower of the football and an athlete.
As a quarterback and a leader of men.
We've only saw 1 year of Jaden Daniels, and that's the thing. So it always could change. Listen, C.J. Stroud, Orlovsky was, pissed. Where's C.J. Stroud? He could be in this list for all that we know.
Yeah, are fans making AI photos of Jaden Daniels saving people from the floods? I don't think so. Yeah. I saw multiple in the Philly area.
Shout out to AI. You saw multiple in the Philly area?
Yeah.
Nice.
Herbert,
I love that they put him in here, but it's time where he's kind of, we got to question him. He hasn't been able to get to that moment. He hasn't been able to win. I mean, what is he, 0-2 in playoff games?
His biggest wins are against the Chiefs at Arrowhead.
Yes, where then we start Herbert's back, blah, blah, blah. But I love that Baker's in this pitch. Finally, somebody is acknowledging that Baker Mayfield is a top quarterback in this league because he really is. He truly is.
Yeah.
Literally had better stats than Mahomes last year. He was almost an MVP. So, yeah, I like Stafford. I like Stafford in this too, though. So, Jaden Daniels, I'd put Jalen Hurts in there. Then I put Stafford, Goff at 8, Baker Mayfield at 9, and then somebody else at 10. I don't know who it would be. Definitely not Kyler. That's for sure.
I would personally take out Justin Herbert and put Dak there, but that's just me.
You could look at it a bunch of ways. You could look at it as, for the future. You could look at it as of now. There's so many little nuances when making these lists that you have to account for, especially in NFL. It's so hard to make one because, you'd be like, oh, but he has this team, he has this, but he's this skilled with this shit team. It's so hard to make a list where you're really just split in the middle every time. You're putting this guy in because either he's that talented with a shit team, or he's that good with a elite team. You know what I mean?
And that's where the
Jalen Hurts conversation gets always so skewed, just because everyone I think knows that his team was literally just got voted the best team with the ESPYs. I mean, for a reason. They were the best team that we've probably seen in a long time. I don't know. I don't want to get too crazy here, go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. No. All right. Well, do you want to pick our home run hitters for Saturday?
Yeah. Can we talk about the Derby? What time is it?
We got 5 minutes.
Okay. Real quick. Home run derby, electric. I love it. I know people are, hating on this new format that they're doing. I think it's great because it's not like, you're taking 2 minutes to hit an absolute 550-foot bomb. You actually have to have the endurance to do it. And again, you're getting paid to win this. So I love this new format. I thought it was electric. I loved, being at Truist Park. The contestants were amazing. O'Neal Cruz was solid. James Wood was a bum, bad. Brent Rooker hit well. Byron Buxton, for his age, he didn't even want to do it. I think his kid wanted him to. I thought he had a solid go at it. Junior Caminero, man, this kid is the truth. And again, I was talking about the freaking home run derby, but he's got power, man. Light tower power. The big dumper, coming out of nowhere, people knew of him last year when he had that walk-off and it sent them to the postseason. It should have been 2 or 3 years ago. But, man, he's come around and has been an elite hitter. Probably the best hitter in the game right now, for being honest.
No.
Aaron Judge. I'm sorry. Aaron Judge.
Dude, do you want to know a fun fact?
Aaron Judge. Okay.
The gap in WRC Plus from Aaron Judge to him is the same as him to Volpe. So I don't want to hear nothing about this guy being the best hitter in
No,
all of
he's
baseball.
not. He's not. He's
That
not.
is,
He's not.
yeah, too many guys were saying that at the All-Star game.
I think
that is terrible.
No,
That's
they just get caught up. So my bad. Hand up. But I think he is one of the better hitting catchers. It's literally just him and Will Smith.
No,
him and Will Smith
absolutely.
are the only guys that are legit all-star catchers.
Yes, this might be the best hitting catcher we've seen
in a while. Yes.
Maybe ever.
It's
really
been
good.
a long time.
Yeah.
Adley Rutschman has kind of fallen off, and it hasn't been the same. We thought he was going to be that, but Cal Raleigh is he's just got the power, and he's leading league in home runs. He's a stud, and that was a hell of a fucking home run derby. O'Neal Cruz put on a show, even though he didn't win. But it's crazy because you see these guys get so tired after just a minute of swinging the bat. Cranking home runs.
I wish we could go back to the old one.
After what I just said, where it's just like, what, you get 20 pitches?
No, you get 10 outs. You get the 10 outs.
10 outs.
If you don't hit there, if you don't have a home run for 10 balls, like those 10 balls, whatever it is, you're done.
But the thing is, though,
I like that a lot more because you can actually enjoy every home run. Like, it's not like, oh, here, and then we shoot back. Oh, here. It's all over the place.
Yeah, but again,
pisses me off.
That's where it comes with, like, the conditioning, which I like. Like, dude, this is, again, you're getting paid, what, $1 million if you win this? Like, dude, put on a show. Like, put on a show. You're going to get, regardless, 30 to 40 pitches. Like, the time doesn't even matter at that point. Like, you're still getting a big amount of pitches. They take their timeouts, they rethink their strategy. Look at Cal Raleigh, for example. He's a switch hitter. He was hitting home runs. Hold on. He was hitting home runs as a lefty. Okay, that is the old traditional way, which was sick. I believe you.
But this whole notion that, but you got to go put on a show.
Put on a show.
That's what everyone's saying.
They did put on a show.
Was Hamilton not putting on a show when he hit 29 home runs in the first round of the home run derby in the Bronx?
Yes.
I'm sorry, was that not a show?
That was a show.
Was that not a show? So this whole thing about, you got to go put on a show. You got to go do this. It's possible to be done because we fucking done it.
Yes.
So
fair.
I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting that.
I just like how you
come up with a new strategy.
I like
Call
how
your timeout.
I like how you have to be. You gotta be conditioned for it.
Yeah, but that takes out all the fat guys.
I mean,
all the home
doesn't
run
have
hitters.
to.
Prince Fielder could never do it.
Yes, he could.
No, he couldn't.
He could compete. I would say he wouldn't.
No, he could never do it.
Why not? Well, he can now. That's for sure. His neck's all fucked up.
Dude, that dude would fucking collapse.
But like,
He would
wouldn't
collapse.
that be
The only
funny to
thing
see
to
him
revive
huffing
him.
and puffing though? Would that
Dude,
not be hilarious?
We would need a bag of grease to revive that guy.
Dude, that would be so funny if you just saw him just.
Yeah,
and then just go to interview him and he just can't talk. Dude, that's fucking hilarious.
It'd be funny, but he would hit like 2 home runs. That's not a show. That's not the show I'm looking for. If I want that, I'll go down to fucking Lehigh Little League and watch these kids try and hit a ball.
But you know what? They do that as like the bonus round too. There's no time. You get 3 outs, and they even added an out if you hit a 425-foot bomb. That was genius. It was genius. You gain an extra out if you crank one 425 feet or more. Super smart.
I actually
and people struggled with that because they were tired.
I just came up with an idea. What if we did something called the duels, and one pitcher, but it's a lefty versus a righty. Whoever can hit the ball first. Both guys are swinging.
So, wait. What do you mean?
Same batter box. Whoever hits the ball, you gotta get out of the infield to get a point.
That sounds like an injury.
It'd be so fun.
That
would be a show. That's like going to medieval times right there.
Yo, if we could do a home run derby. I thought every time I drive past Lehigh Little League, I'm like, yo, we could do a home run derby here. We can hit multiple balls over 200 feet, or we go down to the junior stadium.
No.
The juniors
we're
field.
doing the majors
Stadium. My God.
You're talking about the juniors field with like 300-yard fences?
Yeah.
Dude, fuck no. I can't hit one out there. No, we're going to the majors. I don't think that you could hit one out on the majors.
I think I could.
I think you would hit like 8 grounders.
On the majors field?
You would look like Jazz Chisholm out there.
Oh, yeah. What a showing that was. He didn't even give a shit. That's why he was plus 1,600 odds.
All right.
And that's a guy you see the odds and you're like, he could do it, bro. I think he had 2 home runs.
3. Show some respect.
It's terrible.
No, but I actually enjoyed watching because he kept his swing intact. He was hitting good, firm ground balls up the middle. I liked it. I liked what he was doing.
The All-Star game?
Bring that back to the Bronx.
Did you watch the All-Star game?
No. I only saw Kyle Schwarber, MVP, and he's going to be my pick for a home run.
That was an unbelievable ending. And it's funny because you look at the NL East and it's like it was in the Braves Stadium, so you have a bunch of Braves fans there. Pete Alonso hits a 3-run homer. Should have been actual MVP if I'm being real. Hits a 3-run homer. Do the Braves cheer or not? I don't know.
No.
Then Schwarber comes in and hits 3 meatball practice swing pitches over the fence, and the Braves fans are cheering. Pete Alonso's hugging Schwarber. Very weird. Very weird. Did not sit well with me.
Yeah, I think Pete Alonso's going to be a Philly.
Or I think Kyle Schwarber is going to be the DH of the Mets.
No, that's Juan Soto. No, all right, let's get out of
fielder.
here. We're out of time. Let's get out of here.
All right, guys.
I'm taking Schwarber on Saturday against Los Angeles.
I don't even. I'm just. You know what? Let's take Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani.
Okay.
If they even play,
Yep,
we're going to go with the favorite here. We're going to take Shohei.
Okay, Schwarber and Shohei. Home
he's
runs
show
on
us
Saturday.
Boom.
All right. Hey, remember, like, comment, and subscribe on these things. Subscribe. We get 1 sec. We get hundreds of thousands of views each week on all of our stuff, and we only have like 320 subscribers. Can we get those numbers up, people?
Please.
Let's tell your friends to just subscribe. You don't got to watch. Listen, I don't give a shit if you watch, but at least subscribe.
At least subscribe. We need the help.
Give yourself the option of watching.
Yes, we try to put out good content. You know, Muller's putting videos of me throwing hats because I can't swing a golf club. Like,
true.
I did golf because of this. Okay, please help me. Thank you very much. Help us.
Also send tips for golf. We suck. We're terrible.
I'm nice now.
Yeah, all right.
I'm nice. I'm him.
The Open Championship's going on right now. You ain't nice. All right, here we go. We're out of here. Peace.
Goodbye.
Subscribe.